Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Rules Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Tonight we will be talking of how to increase awareness and building consumer confidence in real estate. The Realty Coffee Talk show started several years ago, and then it came on Awaz Entertainment on March 5th, 2020. During my experience in real estate for all over now 18 years, I have noticed many of interaction with the realtors as well as the consumer. There is a gap between the knowledge where it's necessary to provide more information and increase awareness of consumers so they have a more confidence in real estate profession. Just for your information, the real estate profession is regulated in the province of Ontario. And Real Estate Council of Ontario is a regulator that implement the program, Education, Registration, Compliance, and Consumer Protection Program. Idea is to build more and more confidence in the system. And because real estate profession is a very significant economic engine in Canada, in Ontario, Canada. So, and buying and selling real estate is the most expensive or decision or financial decision a consumer makes in their lifetime. It has a consequences that impact their life for a long time. Therefore, the government of Ontario has set up this regulatory system in province of Ontario. Other provinces has that same thing. So RECO, Real Estate Council of Ontario, that's a regulator that entered into an agreement with the Ontario government to implement this program. So we have a law, Real Estate and Business Broker Act 2002, which is being changed. It's changing to TRESA, Trust in Real Estate Services Act of 2002. So REBA is being replaced by TRESA effective December 1st, 2023, in a matter of few weeks. So there is a lot of efforts being made by the regulator as well as by the real estate professional or real estate associations, conducting seminar, education, issuing bullets to understand and educate registrant. We are registrant. I'm a broker record. My designation is broker and sale agent or salesperson. We all registered or licensed by Real Estate Council of Ontario, which we carry with us when we're performing under the Act. So there are major changes coming, which I have recently said about this several times before, and every time we have update coming from RECO, I try to explain to you guys as much as I can. So this is very, very important for consumer. Our Canadian Real Estate Association and Ontario Real Estate Association, there are forms, standard forms and clauses that we use in our agreements under REBA. They are being changed. There are more than maybe 100 forms that have changed or clauses that are being changed for more clarity, because this TRESA is eliminating customer service. So there will be no customer service. I'm going to ask you again, this is a general information to increase your awareness. Then you have to go to reco.on.ca, regulated office, to ask any clarification or question, or if you want a specific question, you can call me directly on 416-451-3489 and I can educate you about what is happening. We're trying to touch base very, very basic things to increase your awareness. realtors are going through very extensive training and seminars to educate themselves, because we have organized real estate, we have a regulator. The regulator is coming up with a consumer guide. This is one of the very important things. Remember, when you are working with a realtor, you say working with a realtor, there's a brochure. You are going to be client or a customer, or private information is not shared. That is still going to be used. It's not been eliminated. But the regulator is coming up with his own information, RICO information guide. It's going to be about 13 pages or so. It explains you everything about the choices you will have in terms of a client relationship, self-represented party, role and responsibility, or designated representation, or you have a mortgage multiple representation. There are quite a few options. The goal is to minimize the risk in terms of lack of confidence, building trust with consumer. So their focus is either you are a client or you are self-represented party. Now in client, there is another option that they're encouraging, is called designated representation. This is very important. That means you have the ability, by consultation with the brokerage, to retain your services by appointing a special person who is designated representing the buyer or the seller. Now it's up to you. When you are interviewing people, you should be consulting with a couple of real estate professionals from different brokerage, because we all protect the interest of our client. That's our mandate. With the regulation changes coming under TRISA, you know that there is a fine limitation. They have given more power to discipline, and if there is a complaint, and if something very serious contravention to TRISA, they can be penalized very significantly. There is a financial threshold for anything that is kind of a criminal, or falsifying, or fabricating, or misrepresenting a consumer, because we are supposed to be leading and they as expert in real estate. And obviously everybody is licensed as a real estate professional. They will conduct business. And many of us who have gone extra step to acquire specialized knowledge by securing different designations. I'm a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada, FRI. FRI is a designation of Real Estate Institute of Canada since 1954. I'm also certified international property specialist. I know the world global real estate market, but my jurisdiction is Ontario. That means I can only buy and sell in Ontario. And having the designation, you are able to enter into a refer partnership. Let's say if you want me to help you to buy a property in British Columbia. So I have a FRI partner, because we have a branch there. I will be seeking help and referring you to my partner, who will be equally qualified FRI, who will be helping you. If somebody wants me to send a client to Florida, Miami, New York, anywhere, South Carolina, anywhere in the States or globally, I have a CIPS partner. Remember, my license restriction is Ontario, but I can make a refer to someone, and I make sure when I am referring a client, if you are a Canadian and want to buy property overseas, I will send you to my professional partner, who's a global CIPS partner, and they are licensed by NAR, and they are competent professional to help you. So you are able to to be sure that you are dealing with a professional and there is a jurisdiction. That means there is a consumer protection law in the jurisdiction. As a part of my due diligence, before I make a recommendation, I will check all that stuff, and I've already been doing it for the last three years now. So this is why at the end of the day is consumer protection, to make sure they are guided and well. So major change, as I mentioned in my previous program in Urdu as well last 2 weeks, is that there will be no customer service anymore. It's not being replaced. Either you are a self-represented party or you are a client of a brokerage. Brokerage could be a one person self-employed who is approved by RICO to be a broker record for the company, or you're going to have a two partnership, two broker working together as a partner, or a corporation like City Pro Realty Brokerage. They have to follow very strictly these guidelines that coming up. It's becoming a law. So it's replacing RIBA. TRISA is coming on December 1st. So you will see lots of changes that you have been dealing for it. Based on my knowledge now, if you have signed some agreements that will end on 31st March 2024. So that means you have to have under any agreement that has already been signed, you can change it, but you will carry forward. But after the 31st March 2024, you have to follow the new law. If you already have. If you have not signed anything by end of 30 November, provided that you have signed any agreement, representation agreement before 30 November, December 1st, new law become effective. Everybody follow that. So this is very important that you understand. When you have selected a person within the brokerage to represent you as a seller, now there is encouragement from the regulator that the brokerage that has a lot of employee, when remember on the RIBA, we have if one person represents the buyer and the other person represents the seller and the same brokerage, the entire brokerage will become multiple representation. Now, when you are under new program, if you are represented by the same brokerage, by one representing the buyer, one representing the seller, and they are designated, you have chosen to be designated these person to represent you, then the other agent or broker are not in a multiple representation under TRISA. So when you have the RICO information guide, this is a very, very comprehensive guide. So I would say when you are dealing with the realtors, you need a good 2 to 3 hours to go through this. I even have a one page working with a realtor, and I can tell you my client that I always spend 3-4 hours explaining things them. So there is a meeting of mind. All the expectations are written in the listing agreement or buyer representation agreement, and we have a good understanding of this, because most important thing that you want to do to build is confidence in real estate with your client. If you have a confidence, you're competent, you're professional, by you demonstrating the knowledge that you possess, and you know that you are there to help them, you have to take out their concern they have. You tell them, I am here to help you to achieve your goals. There is a reason for buying and selling. There are information that remain confidential and private. We are not supposed to share, or we do not share private information. We only put the property information which is for marketing purposes on MLS or exclusive or social media. So again, it's a relationship is better. I am so proud that my brokerage, myself, we have a 5-star Google rating on our client. We have many clients. Whenever I see some new person added some information, I feel good because they express their confidence and trust that we fulfill not only their expectation, we exceeded them. And that is kind of passion that and commitment that you have to demonstrate as a professional. So you have a choice now. That's why it's very important. He's changing, which is Rico is doing an amazing job by putting out the videos for and literature, the bulletin for the registrant to review them. I watch every day, read them. Top priority from the Rico when they send out an email, read them everything before I sleep because I want to learn everything. So when I am sharing my knowledge with you, I'm well informed. And obviously, on the television, we can only talk about short things. But if you have any question, you can call my office 905-785-9923 and ask for me, or call me directly 416-451-3489. I'd be more than happy to do that. This is very important now to understand that these are changes coming. So designated representation is changed, and now if you have self-representation, so the RICO is developing or develop, and when they release all this information to us, is information and disclosure, because you have a consent and disclosure. If you want a self-representation party, which is broker's version, because there's two ways of doing it. One is a broker's version is where you can use multiple representation situation. One is where you have a designated representation. If you choose the brokerage, particularly small brokerage, where you have very few people that you will want to deal with certain things. The idea again is to have a confidence. If consumer feel comfortable, have confidence, they're well educated, and their interest is protected. That's the key. Consumer protection, interest, their interest needs to be protected. And when you choose as a self-represented party, then we have to disclose to you that we are protecting our client, not you. We cannot give you advice, we cannot give you opinion. You information that you can get from realtor.ca, that's all you're going to get. We cannot give you any advice unless you enter into agreement. Because during my 18 plus years of real estate, several times I come across people, they think about it or they say, oh, I can represent it. Oh, just fill out the form and do this offer. I know everything. To this point, you are taking a big risk. You know, realtors spend so much time and education to continue to update this and maintain and continue education, unbelievable time. And we don't get paid until our deal is closed. And look what's happening in the marketplace. And we're going to share some market update and some industry updates after the break. But we're going to continue this. So this is why is that important, is that real estate professionals who are registered with RICO, they have legal, moral, ethical obligation to comply and follow the law that gave them the license to practice in real estate. So consumer has a right if their real estate agent or broker or the brokerage is violating their commitment, enter into representation relationship, you will have contact information to call and complain. And that's what I see that coming in our RICO information guide. So regulator form, and you have to acknowledge that now. So you cannot say that I have never been told by anybody. So you will be required to sign that. And I suggest all consumer or viewers who are watching a Realty Coffee Talk or Awaz Entertainment to please allocate 2-3 hours to discuss the RICO, that information guide that you have to sign as a consumer to make sure you understood relationship. You may still be required, or you will sign working with a realtor, but it's probably supersede the other one, but you still can use it. But this will be guide. And in case, if you want to be a self-represented party, that you will information and disclosure. So idea again is you have to disclose that, yes, I have chosen this path. I don't want to be represented as a client of a brokerage. Therefore, I decided to go this way. I don't need advice from you. So this is provide more clarity and confidence that you have making an informed decision after going through this. So this is why obviously customer service is not going to be allowed. It's not permitted. And then obviously, there will be more guidelines and experience than when we disclosure issues, bidding. Remember, we talk about the bidding war. Now, this effective December 1st, the seller is allowed to give authorization to realtor or representative to disclose the information except private information. You can identify the parties. If you are doing a bidding war, mostly in the low value homes, you will still have that situation, but that's what it is. And appropriate notices when you are buying and selling real estate. There are always notices before you make commitment of accepting an offer or submitting an offer, terms and condition, or disclosure to the brokerage when you are giving a discount to the cooperating brokers. Because we have two scenarios. We're dealing with the consumer, buyer and seller, and then we also have obligation toward professionalism between our brokers. We're going to take a short break, and after the break, we're going to give you a market update. We will wrap up this conversation, and then we'll talk about market update and some industry news.
मशरकी तहजीब की खूबसूरत दास्तान, बरसों से चली आ रही रिवायतों का पासबान, खुशबू और जायके का वही कदरदान, करते हैं हर खाने में अपने लज्जत का एहतमाम। हर पकवान है बेमिसाल, हर खुशबू है लाजवाब। कढ़ाई पॉइंट, जायका ऐसा कि दिल जीत ले। आज ही हमारे कढ़ाई पॉइंट तशरीफ लाएं और अपनी खुशियों को हमारे संग मनाएं। कढ़ाई पॉइंट, मेड विद क्वालिटी and flavored with passion.
Popeyes has opened a brand new location in downtown Vancouver. Satisfy your craving for Cajun at this new location off West Georgia and Hamilton Street, where you'll find all your favorite Louisiana-inspired menu items. We sampled the unrivaled trio of sandwiches, the classic, the deluxe, and the blackened deluxe chicken sandwich, and all were delicious. All of the signature fried chicken is marinated for 12 hours, then hand-battered and breaded, served with Cajun fries and mac and cheese on the side. Plus, for a limited time, you can try Popeye's Crispy Chicken Wrap, available now until September 3rd. Check out the new Popeye's location at 700 Hamilton Street today. Who are you bringing with you? Tag them in the comments.
This is the latest opening in BC for Popeyes, with more openings coming soon in both Alberta and BC by PLK Group.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
आदाब, नमस्ते और सत श्री अकाल। जब भी बात होती है कार एक्सीडेंट की तो हम तलाश करते हैं एक लॉयर को, और हमारे पास मौजूद हैं चैंपियन। जी हाँ, डेविड हेमोफार।
Yes, thank you. I'm David Himmelfarb. I have over 30 years experience in personal injury matters. We have a downtown Toronto location with over 22 lawyers to service you. And we speak your language, Urdu, Punjabi, and Hindi. We have a great community liaison, Anjum Qureshi.
आप हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं 416-570-0157।
HK Movers, home, offices, apartments and delivery, big or small, we move it all.
HK Movers.
Local and long distance, we also ship cars, Keller transport and moving services.
For service with a smile, give us a call.
Call Mr. Harminder 416-524-6704.
416-524-6704 पे.
Visit 140 Advance Boulevard, Unit number 10, Brampton.
Long distance moving specialist.
HK Movers. HK Movers.
मैं नासिर शाह आपका मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर। अगर आपको मॉर्गेज चाहिए किसी तरह की, होटल लेना है, मोटल लेना है, गैस स्टेशन लेना है या किसी प्लाजे में कोई यूनिट बाई करना है, तो उसके लिए आप हमें कॉल करें। हम दो चीजों की गारंटी करते हैं, आपको बेस्ट टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन और बेस्ट रेट दिलाएंगे। आप कॉल करें 647-741-9000, 647-741-9000।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, LG, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं, जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. In summarize what we have talked before the break is that you expect a RICO information guide that will be provided by a realtor, a real estate professional that you engage, or you are a self-represented party, and we will be required by law to explain the content of that. Similarly, what we have done in the past of working with the realtor, but this is very comprehensive. So this is prepared by the RICO, Real Estate Council of Ontario, that's regulated. The other thing is also, it will tell you whether it's a client, potential or prospective client, or a self-represented party. We have to share this information. And the other thing is very important is that in case you choose self-represented party, we have to also send you and to sign information and disclosure to self-represented party form. We have a form there. The purpose of this is that the consumer understand what type of relationship that you are entering. It will cut down many complaints that we have in the past, and it's reduced the burden because you have been provided more clarity. This has happened because of since 2002 REBA came in, and now 23 we are implementing Teresa. So time has passed, there's a lesson learned, improvement, complaint, all that consultation had happened, and that's why this change is coming. Also, you also understand the self-represented party, the risk you will take in a transaction. That's the key, because when you are representing, you're taking risk because the other party have a person who's qualified and expert in real estate, and this way. And also, what is the duty of the brokerage to a client? This is we always explain that. You know, when I do the listing and buying a representation, take 4 or 5 hours. So you build them if you're doing introduction and signing the documents, and you have lots of time, you have to do that. This is a longer page, so you're going to need more time. And also compensation. Who is paying who and how is being paid? And this is part of the explanation that we have to make to you. And also, multiple representation is not permitted unless they are agreed to it. So they are saying it, don't do a multiple representation unless they agreed. That means you have a choice to choose a dedicated person and become a client. But if you say, no, I'm okay, I just want, that's okay. You have to provide consent for that. And also, the change in duties owed to a client and the services that will be provided doesn't agree in a multiple representation. So what you're saying is, if you are selecting a multiple representation scenario, a brokerage services, there is a possibility that something happens, and then the broker of record, who's a complying officer, has to monitor that and guide them how to deal with that. Preference is to have a designated person who's dedicated to you and you are protected. And also, concern, attention of the brokerage or file, and also they will give you a mechanism where either you have a complaint or concern. The best thing I will tell you, call the broker of record. Consumer, call the broker of record if you're not satisfied with the services before you call the RICO. Because what happens is the relationship is between you and the brokerage, and they're represented by someone. If someone is not performing the duty, you may ask the broker to assign or redesignate another person within the brokerage. And obviously, if there is a issue that complaint, you have to make a file that you will proceed with writing to the registrar, and you visit reco.on.ca and you can complain about it. So let's talk about a few things. First of all, today I attended Mississauga Real Estate Board AGM, and I congratulate all the board directors. They were elected, and congratulations, especially to my friend Rita Asadorian. She is now president for 2024 for Mississauga Real Estate Board. Rita, good job. Very proud of you. Congratulations. Secondly, we have some presentation from CIBC expert in our seminar, and what's happening in the marketplace. So it all depends on inflation, how inflation is playing the game, and now the government and even our financial bank and all that, they feel the pain by increasing interest rate, how much real estate transaction has gone down. Therefore, there is an impact on that. So I'm going to share with you the report that I have done. As of today, we are minus 13.5% of the total year sales on Toronto Real Estate Regional Real Estate Board data. It does not include ITSO and other data, but we have so far in 2022 we have a 67,452 transaction, and in up to October we have 58,367 transaction. Our average price in October was showing in 22 was 1,087,590, and now we have a 1,125,928. So our price has increased as compared to October, but it is below than the average price for that period that we have 10 months transactions. So now let's talk about that. Our sale is down by 5.8% in Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, and also new listing increased 38% as compared to October last year to this year, and active listing 50.1% more active listing as compared to last year in October 22 to 23. Why? Is because of mortgage, renewal, affordability, ability for the homeowner to pay the loan. They're selling it They're making decisions because they can foresee economically impacting them. Therefore, they cannot pay the bill. They have so many other commitments. So they have made the decision to put the property in the market. And that's why we have active listing 50.1% as compared to October. Obviously, average price increased 3.5%. Remember that when we talk about average price, this is the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board market-wide data. You have to talk to your real estate professional that is helping you, or call me direct 416-451-3489. I'll be more than happy to give you some guidance and clarity in terms of your home. Sometimes it is also experienced with all professionals. The seller will think that I can get that much money, and they will ask you to put that property in the market with a higher value. At the end, it won't sell. And this is why sometimes you end up suspending or terminating a listing. And this is why people have to understand that when a real estate professional provide you a comprehensive data about sold history and calculating the cost and value, the prices and size of the house and swimming pool or lot frontage and all that stuff, and sold history, most recently sold property, you have to understand that they are providing you factual data. And I demand, and also I request to all of you, when you are presenting this, you are asking, have a candid conversation, educate your client and consumer to make sure they understand what's going on in the marketplace, because they maybe have a difficulty to carry on a mortgage for a specific period of time. So the risk factor is there. So you need to keep it their concern and their interest in your mind when you're presenting anything for buying and selling real estate. So an average price in 905 and 416 area for a detached home, again, these are average prices, is at 416 is 1.718 million. In 905 is 1.35 million. It doesn't talk about 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 5 bedroom. You need to talk to your representative, realtor, to make sure they will guide you. Semi-detached 416 1.278 million, and in 905 in 957,000. I'm just giving you an average price. And townhouse, there are 3 categories of townhouses: freehold with a parcel of tile land or POTL, or townhome condos. So they don't talk about it, but they're saying is 1,017,000 approximately in 416, and 905,222 in 905 area. Apartment average price 729,000 in Toronto and 665,000 in 905 area. And this again, it doesn't talk about 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. So you have to be specific about your property, sharing information with the realtor. If you have any question, you can call me 416-451-3489, or my office 905-785-9923, and we can help you. And again, percentage of change, sales, as I said, average sale minus 5.8%. Let's talk about the year-over-year change in price. So price has changed in 416, 8.2% positive as compared to October. In 905, 4.7 positive for a detached home or single detached home. In SAMI, in 416, 4.7 positive, and in average price was minus 0.6 in 905 area. Then you talk about townhomes, 1.1% in 416 and 1.1% in 905 positive. Now, then you go to condo apartment, minus 416 is minus 1.7, and in 905 is minus 0.4. So that's tell you that what's going on in there. So based on this, what we have here, our sales, we have a more inventory. So that means a potential market. There's a possibility of bargaining. but you need to have your groundwork, homework done, and prepare yourself. Get your mortgage approval. Don't waive the condition of the inspection. Have mortgage condition, because appraisal is a big issue. There will be a condition where you will not be able to get a financing. There was a one matter that I just got a call from a consumer watching our show last episode. They bought a house, very significant value, more than double the price of what they have now, and the price they were expecting to, price is going up. It didn't go up. They bought double the value of the house, and they don't even qualify. They don't have a mortgage, and they did not use a realtor. And the builder, and they deposited lots of money, over 300,000. So they are in this predicament. So I always advise to think about that. You will be hiring a professional. Your choice will be there starting from December 1st. But real estate professionals have a lot of knowledge and experience, expertise that they can guide you. I hope that today's program was any useful to you. If you have any question, please visit realtycoffeetalk.com or our Awaz Entertainment website, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel, and subscribe and watch all the episodes. There are more than 380 episodes on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. God bless you. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Bye for now.